All right, guys, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I just want to make sure I got it right. Okay, everybody's good. All right. So welcome to our Team Perseverance weekly call. And today's date is, what's today's date? May 11th, day after Mother's Day. I hope all the mommies out there had an awesome time enjoying beautiful weather, and hopefully we're a little spoiled. I am filling in for Dave tonight, as you guys can see, because he's doing a fundraiser at our daughter's school, and they all the guys that are doing it could only meet tonight. So he was very torn. He didn't want to go, but I said I can do it. So that's why I'm running the call tonight. But he sends his best, and he wishes he could be here. So to get right into our call, I'm going to go over some announcements, and then we'll do recognition, and then we will get into our guest speaker tonight, who is Lauralyn, who is one of our newer Diamond coaches, and I'm very excited to hear her story and some tips from her because she's a rock star. So to get into some announcements, it is week 4 of our challenge group, guys. So your captain should be posting the exit video either today or probably tomorrow. Please make sure you are following up with them with the follow-up message that is posted in the coaches page. It's called message to prospective coaches, the follow-up message. So make sure you follow up with them and see what they would like to do. Always make sure to reiterate the fact that they don't have to do anything as a coach. They can just sign on if they want the discount, and that's completely up to them, because sometimes I feel like people get confused or they don't truly understand the choices. So just make sure they understand what the choices are before they say yes or no for coaching. So that's this week. Our next challenge group goes right into Monday, the 18th. So your upline diamonds should be posting their docs for you to fill in with how many challengers you have, or new coaches you have. So make sure you look for those docs and fill those out ASAP, so we as the captains can get the groups up and running this weekend. All right, Coach Summit, guys, we are getting closer. I checked the docs today, and we are between 35 and 40 of Team Perseverance coaches who are going to Summit, which is unreal to me, because last year we had like 12. And I know the year before Dave was like with one other guy, and it was like, this is crazy. So there is still time to get on. There is no waiting list anymore. There are still rooms available. If you go to CoachSummit.com, it'll list all the hotels that still have availability. So please, 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 it's a game changer. It's so important for you to be there. I'm telling you, if you see all of our pictures, and believe me, we're going to be blasting you with pictures. You're going to be saying, I just wish I was there. Make it happen. If you're on the fence, jump over that side of the fence and go. Okay? You will be amazed. You'll be blown away at how far your business will come after attending Summit. I promise you. All right. And National Wake Up Call was with Carl Deichler today. I did not get to listen to it myself. I'm going to be listening to it tomorrow morning. But it's a must listen to. Lots of news and announcements. And Carl, always listening to Carl is always very inspirational. He's just a great down-to-earth guy and very, very passionate about this company and what he does, and it always comes through when he talks. So please make sure you listen to the National Wake Up Call if you didn't already. Does anybody have any questions at this point? Because I'm about to get into recognition. No, you can put your hand up or put it in the chat. No? Okay, guys, I'm gonna get into recognition, and there's a long list, so you gotta bear with me. And I do see why Dave messes up people's names, because I was looking over the list and I was like, okay, so I apologize in advance if I do mess up your name. All right, but in the 200 club, we'll start with the 200 club. We have, let's see, Gina Strecco, my twin tonight, with 232. We have Laura Carter with 207, Emily Huck at 270. We have Robin Ward at 290. We have Susan Stein, 215. We have, let's see, Candace Purcell at 247. Let's see. Nobody else on this list for the 200 club. All right, 200 club over here. Let's see, 285, Shanna Carlucci. Way to go, Shan. We have Kimberly Ronaldson with 270. Good job, Kimberly. We have Michelle Cespedes or Cespedes. I'm sorry if I butchered that, at 240. Michelle, good job. We have Amy Franchi at 270. We have Liz Mangione at 292. Good job, Liz. And Kay Fazio at 215. We have Amanda Stanford at 225. We have Maria oh, Maria, that's my coach. Sideropoulos at 225. It's all Greek to me. Sorry, Maria. We have, let's say, or 200s. That may be it for the 200. Nope, we have Hai Hein for at 270. I totally butchered that name. I apologize. Carrie Ann Torciello at 225. Good job, Carrie. And I think that's it for the 200 club. Let's go on to 300. All right, in the 300 club, I don't think there's that many. Laura Schiller at 315. Good job. We have 300s, not that many 300s. Elizabeth Gard at 390. Good job, Liz. Melissa Lyons at 315. Let's see over here. We have Mary Paciella at 305. And Carrie John. Good job, Carrie John, at 360. We have Jessica Lacalzi at 315. Good job, Jess, who's now coming to Summit. I'm so excited. And I think that's it for the 300s. Oh, no, I'm lying. Donna Versace at 315. David Atkins at 315. And bear with me, guys. This is kind of hard to read. I don't know how he does this. All right, that's it, 300. All right, 400. Jennifer Holman, 470. Good job, Jen. Not that many in the 400s I can see. Ooh, I do see our winner, though, but no, we're not there yet. Okay, Erin Shimbari at 420. Awesome job, Erin. And over here in the 400 club. 450, Stacy Larice. Awesome job, Stacy. Okay, that's it for 400. 500, Sharice Nilsson. Awesome at 589, Sharice. Good job. More 500s. Not that many 500s. We're getting up there. All right, 500. Oh, I skipped somebody in the 400. 450 was Danielle I'm Mateo, and I think I butchered that, but good job, Danielle. All right. I don't think I see anybody else in the 500 club. All right, we're going straight to sixes here. Ready? We're getting close to the end. All right. All right, 675, Michelle Della Sala. Killing it, Michelle. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, I missed 577, Darlene Shamp. Awesome, Darlene. Very good. I'm sorry, guys. I keep missing people. This is hard to read. All right. More sixes. No more sixes on here. Oh, Kelly Della Vecchia, 637. She had her lucky number 7 chemo today, so she's more than halfway home. So she's doing a great job, and she's still killing the business. Unreal. 637, Kelly. Awesome. Let's see. No other 600s here. Kara Weiner at 682. Amazing, Kara. And if I did notice, I think Kara has 20-something Success Club points this month already, which is just unreal. So awesome job, Kara. Keep it going. And let's see, other 600s. I think that's it for 600. And now we're going to go to our winner, which I lost her now. Where did she go? Okay, our winner for this week with 770 is Kristen Smalls. So awesome job, Kristen. Great job, everybody. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing for Success Club. I know it's only the 11th, so just so you know, I was in a negative this month, -2 points because I had a challenge pack return. So I have to work a little bit harder this month to make ends meet, but I'm going for it. So even when you're in the negative, you got to push through, right? And it happens to all of us. So keep going. All right, guys. Does anyone have any questions before I move on to our guest speaker? No? Let me just check the chat. All right. Oh, Kara has 29. Good job, Kara. Awesome. Unreal. All right. So with that, guys. Oh, I sound like Dave. With that, I'm going to turn over. I see Kristen left. I'm going to turn over the floor to Lauralyn. Lauralyn is one of our newer diamonds. She hit diamond in a little over 30 days, which is pretty much unreal. It's pretty insane. So she's a busy mom of 2 boys. She's a school teacher, PE teacher, personal trainer. She's obviously in the health and fitness industry, and she has a passion for it, and it's obviously coming through in Beachbody. So she's going to share a little bit about her story and some tips to help all of us. So Lauralyn, I'm going to unmute you as soon as I figure this out. Unmute audio. All right, go ahead. Can you talk?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm a little nervous to do this. I don't know why, because it's just like talking to my students. But I just wanted to introduce myself. My name's Lauralyn, but I sometimes go by Lynn, so some of you may know me as that. I'm, as Kristen said, a busy mom of 2 boys, 4 and 5. I'm also a phys ed teacher, so I have obviously a passion for fitness because I chose that as a career. But what was happening to me was I was just so busy with making excuses, really, but with work and with being a mom and everything, that I started to get away from taking care of myself and my own fitness. So what ended up happening was I started, well, I love food, first of all. It's like a passion of mine also is to cook and everything like that. But what ended up happening was I started to gain weight, and it was slowly. So when it happens slowly, you don't tend to notice it. And then I would pick up on it after I had my 2 boys. I said, oh, I need to get rid of this. And I did. I dropped all my baby weight, so I can't even use the excuse that it was my baby weight. But then it all started creeping back on again. And it kept going on and off. And I was never in my life like a yo-yo dieter. And I just know from my background how unhealthy that is. So I was getting very frustrated, and it was back in about September or October that thankfully my coach, Donna Versace, who I work with as another PE teacher, said, you have to try this T25. It's through Beachbody, and do Shakeology. And I was just so uncomfortable in my own skin. I was just miserable putting on clothes, and pretty much the same song and dance that probably a lot of us have gone through. And what I ended up doing was starting the program. And I have to say, I wasn't even all in at first. I started doing the Shakeology, and then same thing. A few years back, I stopped working for a little bit of time. So it got me into some financial debt, and I've been slowly trying to get out of it. And what ends up happening is, I look at, just like anybody else, where can I save money? And I was like, I can make eggs for the same cost that it's costing me to have this shake every morning for breakfast. I don't need to be spending this kind of money. So I was, again, just going back to making excuses. And I got a lot away from the shake, but I was still doing the exercises. And the weight was coming off, but it wasn't coming off as fast as when I started to do both the shake and really work the program. And at this point, it was just all about me. I wasn't looking for anything to do with the business. I had my hands full with teaching and everything like that. So I did T25, and then I did Insanity Max 30, and then I did 21-day Fix Extreme. And since October, I've lost over 30 pounds and 30 inches. And obviously, I'm very proud of that. So I would walk around, and what made me even more proud, though, is because I was getting in front of my kids every day, and I was telling them, my kids meeting my students, and I was saying, you need to be healthy, you need to make healthy choices. And what was happening was I was being hypocritical because I wasn't doing it for myself. And now that I'm doing it for myself, it was coming through, and people were noticing. I wasn't one of those people that walked around where you would say like, oh, you have tons of weight to lose just because I'm tall, and I guess I carry it fairly well, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But when I lost, people noticed. And when I had people start to ask me what was I doing, I was very proud. I was proud that I was doing something for myself, that as a phys ed teacher, as a mom, that I was able to say, yes, I'm doing this for myself. And I was passionate about it. And because Donna got me into it, I wanted to help her. And I said, I have the perfect coach for you. She's motivated me. She's helped me through this whole thing. And I was starting to try to give referrals to Donna. And a good friend that she is to me, she's like, you need to work this program. You got to stop giving me these referrals. And I dragged my heels because I had done last summer another home sale type thing. And I just was like, you know what, that's not for me. But that program that I was trying to sell wasn't for me, and this really is, because I just believe in it so much, and that's what comes through. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And when I did it, I went all in. And I didn't know a lot. And I think that's where some people tend to say, well, I don't know, I need to figure out things first. And one of my biggest tips right away is you don't have to be at the ideal weight. You don't have to know it all. You need to just go all in. And if you go all in, you're going to start to see results, and you're going to see it quickly, both physically and in the business part of it. So I started to see financial gains right away, but more importantly, the first thing I did was I went to family, because I believed in it, and who doesn't want to help their family become healthier? So I went to my mom, I went to my sister, I went to my aunts, and thankfully I do have a very big family. So right there, it gave me a good launching pad for the business. But I got them all on board, and I really had to push them, because some of them didn't want to do it. Some of them really were fighting me with it, but I convinced them because I was so passionate. And when you believe in something, it's going to come through, and you have to just stand your ground and really tell them what the program has done for you. So after I did that, I started to get people to sign up. And one of my platforms I've used is Facebook. And I definitely would not say I was this Facebook guru before I started. But I started to pick up tips as I went, and I was implementing it. And one of my biggest things I got a lot of my people on was my testimonial. I did a before and after picture, and I totally had to go out of my comfort zone and post that before and after picture, which I barely ever wanted to put pictures of myself on Facebook, never mind a picture of me, which my coworker said to me, one of them, I thought you were in your bra and underwear. And it was a sports bra and spandex, but he was like, what are you doing? You're a teacher. And I said, it's fine. And it worked. I got a lot of people that said, this is like the kind of before and after pictures in magazines that you think is Photoshop. So that was one of my big draws, is testimonials. So you have to not care what other people think. And if you put yourself out there and you put yourself in a little bit of, in a vulnerable position, you're going to also reap some benefits. Then I started to find out I really needed to work the business, and I got into training, and I did Coach Basics, and right now I'm still doing some ramp training to go diamond, and I'm just trying to do everything I'm supposed to do. And I have to say, at times I sit back, I'm a little critical. I'm like, oh, here goes the same lingo over and over and over, invite, and fortune is in the follow-up, and like all those other things you keep hearing. But I can't tell you how much I've seen that it is true. So one of my biggest things is I invite. I was one of those people on Facebook that didn't have many friends, and I was always like, oh, well, if somebody wants to know what's going on in my life, they'll friend request me. And since I've been doing this, I friend request people that I haven't talked to in years and years and years. And honestly, if it wasn't for this business, I probably would have never Facebook friend requested them. But I start to do that, and I start to make a relationship, like their pictures, and maybe send them a message. How have you been? I haven't talked to you in forever. Your family's beautiful. Whatever little bit that you can do to open up, I start to do that. And then I start to ask. And again, putting yourself out there, being vulnerable. Who cares if they say to themselves, why is this person asking me this? Because you know what? If you didn't talk to them before, who cares if you don't ever talk to them again? But all you can do is gain from this, and you can gain a challenger. You can gain maybe a future coach. So I just invite, and I work every day. When I know some people say they take a day off here or there, but there's people out there that, maybe my day off is their day that they're on Facebook. So I friend request people every day. I go through other people that I'm friends with and see who they're friends with that I might know, and then I friend request them. And then I would say I try to invite at least 5 people a day through Facebook, through the private message. So that's one of my biggest things I do. And I'm trying to be coachable. I definitely am working on that, but getting these tips about Facebook, when to post, posting questions that require you to have people answer. All of these things have been really working for me. And the other thing that really works well for me is, this is like a phys ed terminology, or I mean fitness too, but creating SMART goals. So what that means for people who don't know is it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So I'll say that again: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. You want to be setting these for yourself so you can create this large picture for yourself. I said to my husband, as I'm sitting here waiting for the call to start, I'm like sweating in my house because I won't put my AC on yet because I don't want to break. I'm like, we haven't had enough time where the heat's been off. But I'm like, maybe if I become a millionaire with this business, I can be sitting here in my AC. But so my bigger goal is, yes, I would. Who doesn't want to become a millionaire? But that's not, you're not going to just one day become a millionaire with this company. So setting these small goals. So my first small goal was to become Emerald. Another example is I don't say to myself, I want to be SC5 every month. I want to be SC10, because guess what? If I don't reach that, which I think is right now for me is still attainable because I haven't really fully reached out to everyone I know I can, that if I fall short of SC10, then guess what? I'm at SC5, which is the bottom of the line for me. I won't accept less than that. You need to hit that every month for this business to work for you. I wanted to become Diamond. I'm in Ramp, and I wanted to prove to myself and to everyone around me that I can do it. So I wanted to become Diamond. I didn't want to become Diamond at the end of the 60-day challenge. I wanted to become it as soon as possible. So I worked it, and within the first few days of me being in Ramp, I was Diamond. And now I'm saying to myself, what is the next step? What is the next goal I can set for myself and take measures to achieve it? And I think that's very important, and you need to push. I am a little bit of a pushy person, which I guess could be good or bad. I try to keep it in check, but it has worked for me. Another thing I do is, instead of just saying I need to get challengers, I think personally, for me working the business, it's easier to make people coaches right away. Because if they become, for those of you, I don't know how, hopefully a lot of you do know, but if you get a challenger, they are happy with it, they go on to be coaches, you have to get them reimbursed for their coaching fees because they had a challenge pack. And to me, that's just more paperwork. So I tell them right up front, I say to them, guess what? If we sign you up as a coach right away, you won't have to do this paperwork down the line. It saves you a step, and you're already doing what you need to do to be a discount coach. So why not just sign up off the bat? And that, honestly, people don't want to waste time. They don't want to do more paperwork. So that gets people right there to sign up as a coach. So that has worked for me. And then I have very strong confidence in the program, in my challenge groups, that most people, I would say, are staying. So I don't feel bad signing them up as a coach right away. And that's worked for me. So those are some of my tactics. I also have started doing the referrals. I ask people to give me referrals. I ask people to give me testimonials to use. I think I have a great upline. I have, like I said, my coach is Donna, and then I have Michelle, who has been there for me and really supportive. So I suggest very, very highly you utilize them, you utilize the training. One other thing we did start is a fitness page. So if anybody here hasn't gone on for us, DL on Fitness, it's called, on Facebook. Donna and I created it together, and we are starting to just post fitness and really get the whole idea of fitness out there. And we want to show we care, and I think that is the biggest message that I can bring across to you, that first of all, if you're a product of the product, it's going to come through. If you show you care, and that you really, the bottom line is like, my husband said to me one day, like, oh, well, what are you shooting for financially every week? And I said, honestly, I'm not looking at that. That will come down the line, or it'll come right away. But what I'm really looking for more is, how many people can I help? And if you really focus on that, I do believe that everything else will fall in line. So we're in this business. We got into it probably because we wanted to help ourselves, but we need to just continue to help others. And I think that if we keep that as our main focus, and I think that is one of the missions of our team, that I do believe that it starts to really make everything else fall in line, and then you'll see your financial growth, you'll see your business growth. And again, my biggest thing is don't wait to act. Don't wait until you're at that perfect goal weight. Start acting now and push. And I guess that's it.
Thank you, Lauralyn. I thought that was awesome. And I took some notes, and I just want to recap some of the important things that I thought you said. One big thing that I think a lot of new coaches struggle with is getting out of their comfort zone and putting it out on Facebook. You know, you said you did your testimonial, your before and after picture, and that was really tough. And I know that a lot of people get hung up and go, what is everyone going to think? And you said it. You said, don't care what they think, because you know what? Whatever they think is not going to change your outcome and what you do in your life. So I think that's great that you figured that out right away and you just went with it and got over it quickly, because that's the only thing that holds a lot of people back, is getting out of your comfort zone and just doing it. And then you had also mentioned being all in. And it's true, like even if you think about when you just start like a fitness program and you know, an eating plan, when you go all in and you're not like half-assing it, excuse my language, you see results quickly. And it's the same thing with coaching. You know, you go all in, you commit yourself to what you're going to do daily, and you stick to it and you do it. And when you're consistent over time, just like exercising, you will see results a lot quicker than if you just half-ass it. So I thought that was really good. And I think that setting goals, like you had said, very important. You know, every single week, month, whatever it is, small attainable goals. And then once you hit that goal, you know, you set another one. And guys, just so you know, when you set goals and a deadline for your goal, if you don't hit that deadline, so what? You set a new deadline. It doesn't mean kill that goal. It's not over. You just set a new deadline. So I like the fact that you're very goal oriented, because I think that what will drive you to be successful, and you already are being very successful. So that's great. So I have a question. You said, you know, all about your goals and you wanted to get to Diamond. So what is your next goal? What are you working on now?
My next goal is to be 2-star Diamond. And I have a plan for that. I have, one of the things I didn't mention is that not only do I look for people for like just to help them fitness wise, but financially, I know that this can really make a difference in people's lives. So what I've also been doing is people who I know financially could use just some extra money in their pocket. So I've also started to approach some people who I know have some financial issues, and I say to them, this is a great financial opportunity. And again, I'm not a very private person, so I don't mind sharing, this is what I've made up to date. And you know, maybe I won't continue to make this, or maybe I will. It depends on how much effort I want to put in. And once I show people that, they tend to right away say, well, I want to try to do this. So I have a few coaches that I know are putting the time in. They committed to Coach Basics. So I'm giving them my time. Those are the people who I'm allocating my time to. I'm helping them grow. And they're on their way to being Diamond coaches themselves. So I'm now not only seeking out new challengers and new coaches, but I also am really trying to help my coaches under me grow now. And a lot of them are, and I see some of them on the call right now, that they're here, they're ready to learn, they're ready to be coachable. Like tonight, I'm afraid my phone's gonna die, because I've been on the phone for a while helping them, because we're at the end of, like, you know, next few days, we need our challengers set, and they're just learning. So I'm walking them through the steps. I'm making sure they understand. And where I used to kind of just go on and be like, well, give me your password and I'll do it for you. And when your business grows so much, you have to realize that if you teach them, then they're going to be able to do it themselves and duplicate. You know, we talk about just being able to duplicate things. And that's what I'm kind of moving towards, is becoming 2-star. I already have a few coaches that I really have my site set on. I also have gotten my, I started my spouse. So again, if you haven't signed up your spouse, I signed him up and have him as Emerald. So I'm going to probably start to work on making him a Diamond, as well as some of my other coaches. So that's my next step, is 2-star Diamond.
Okay, very good. Awesome. If anybody has questions, you can either write it in the chat or just raise your hand. I'll see if I can see everybody. Does anyone have a question? You can just put your hand up or just write it in the chat. Come on, guys. Think of some questions. This is good.
Thank you, Michelle.
Nobody has questions?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, they're all camera shy, I guess, or you answered everything. Okay, Shannon Larice. We could always depend on Shannon. Come on, Shannon. Where is she? Let me see if I can. There she is. Hold on, Shannon. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Lauralyn. So, your style is very different from mine. However, I'm curious to know how you deal with your objections with folks with your approach. Because while you can be, I don't like to use the word aggressive, meaning forward, straight up with them, which is very much how I am with folks too, but in a different way. Are you getting many objections? And what's your response to them?
I do get objections. I get a lot because I'm inviting so much. But I do, again, aggressive is, like, it doesn't sound nice, but I am. I guess I am very aggressive. I do better actually in person with, I guess I'm a little bit more forward in person because people can read me better. Anytime you're on Facebook or any kind of social media, you have to be careful that you don't come across too aggressive. So I make sure I, talk to them about something personal. I just reached out to someone the other day who has 2 sets of twins. And I went on and on about how I can't believe she can handle it and all of that. And then I went into, well, I have a perfect opportunity because you probably have your hands full. And I got a no, but it was at least a nice no. And I have to say, not only is it important to reach out and, again, the terminology, plant the seed, but I've had people who've given me straight up no's, and I thought, this person will never do this. And then I haven't even been doing it for very long. And within a month's time, they come back to me. So in my mind, again, if I have I'd rather get a no, honestly, than a no response. No responses irk me, and I get very upset. I'm like, you can't even take the time to say, no, thanks. So that bothers me more than anything. I'd rather them say no, but I've had people who don't respond. I've had people who say no, and then they all have come back. So I just try to keep that thought in the back of my mind that even though they're saying no now, they may come back. And I do listen to what the objection is. One of the biggest ones, 2 biggest ones, obviously, that probably everybody here is financial. And then I come right back at them and say, if you can find 3 people to do this, then it's paid for. And then I also give them my example that, I say to them, I thought the same thing. And I again go back to almost like a testimonial that there's no way I would feel as great as I do right now. I would have as much energy if it wasn't for this. And can you really put a price on that? And then the other objection that I really get is the time. And I use that myself. So I go back to, again, something personal. And I ask them, I'm like, tell me about your day. And they go on and they tell me about their day. And I say, and again, it's a little forward, but I'm like, I don't think you're using all of your time efficiently. And I'll come up with an example of when they can do the exercises. And I was doing it the other day in my office at work, which I'm probably not supposed to be pushing at school, but I was talking to someone. And again, I know knowing your audience is very important too. I knew that I could push a little harder with this person. And I said to him, I called him out. I said, I don't think you're being efficient enough. And when I told him that, he was a little taken aback. And then, you know what? He came back to me and said, can you send me that information? So nobody likes to be called out. Nobody likes to be told that that they're not doing something efficiently. It almost is like a challenge to put out there to them. So again, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know if it'll work for everyone, but that is my tactic that I've been using.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Lauralyn, Cherise had a question. She posted it in the chat. Lauralyn, when you ask people to be a coach up front before they've even done a challenge group, what exactly do you say to them?
Well, the only thing that I get objections for that is the Social Security. And I have had some people who get very freaked out about putting their Social Security online. They don't like that. Even if they're ready to be a coach, they're like, well, why do I have to do it that way? What about like identity theft and everything like that? So that's the only thing that I'm very careful around. But what I tell them is, I have a way for you to sign up that's going to save you money down the line. And then I say, I'm going to send you the information. And what it is signing you up as a coach. I go, don't get freaked out by the word coach, because all you are doing is getting a discount at first. You're signing up for a challenge pack. If you like it, you're going to continue on, and you're going to now get your shake for a reduced rate. And I give them the breakdown of how much they're going to be saving by doing that. And then I tell them, if you don't like it at the end of the challenge group, you can still cancel. There's no cancellation fees. So all it's doing is saving you when you go down the line and you decide, I love this, because you're going to love it, that when you go on to be a coach, you're going to have to do more paperwork. You're going to have to do another sign-up fee, like another sign-up process online. And people are pretty receptive to it because, again, they don't want to do more paperwork.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? No? Put in the chat if you guys are there, because I can't see everybody. No? All right, guys. If you have any other questions, you have another minute to put it up. Otherwise, I want to thank Lauralyn for giving us the time and all the tips you gave us. I thought it was great. I want to thank everyone for being on the call and for being patient with me. This is maybe my second time doing a team call. And I guess there are no other questions. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great week. Enjoy this steamy hot weather. I don't know, it's steamy hot where we are. I don't know where everybody else is. But thank you so much, Lauralyn. And have a great week, guys. And remember, end of challenge group, start of new one. So let's get everybody signed up. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.